Hi again, everyone. It is June 30th, so tomorrow marks the first day of July. So I'm going to go ahead and do my wrap up first for June. If you watched my other videos, you know that I think this is what I picked. I had originally picked 2 books and 2 graphic novels, manga, basically manga, to read for the month of June. I didn't quite get through as much as I had hoped to. I had a death in the family and that took up some of my time. I didn't feel like reading, so that's kind of why I didn't read much. And that will also be part of something else I'm going to talk about later in the video. Also, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know that I don't really edit my videos. If I continue to keep making videos, it might be something I'll look into doing. But right now, I'm not good at editing videos, so I don't even attempt to do it. So to start out with, the graphic novels, I keep calling them graphic novels, I don't know why. The manga I read in the month of June, as I said I would, was Fangs Volume 1 and 2. This is BL, Boys Love. It is rated 18+. I read a lot of BL manga, and this has actually been my favorite so far because yes, it has the spice, but it also has a really good storyline. And I'm really looking forward to when the next volume comes out. I need to look that up because I'm not for sure. I feel like Volume 2 came out a few months ago, so maybe Volume 3 should be coming out soon. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Basically, the one with the lighter hair is recently turned, and this guy finds him right after he's been turned, becomes kind of like his guardian, and they kind of fall for each other. Like I said, I don't want to go too far into it. It's best to go into it really without even reading the synopsis of it because it makes it way more interesting, more of a storyline, and you get to follow some interesting characters. So I do recommend Fangs. The book that I picked from my little TBR pot, basically, to read to try and get through some of the books on my shelves that I still haven't read because I just haven't felt like picking some of them up, was Bones of Faerie. I'm not gonna lie, I read about half of it. It's very short. It's YA, has some very dark moments. It was okay, but I didn't feel like sticking with it, so I didn't. There are other books in this series, I think 3 maybe, I can't remember, but I'm probably going to be posting this on my Pango, because that's one of the things I'm trying to do, is if I don't like a book, I'm not going to try to finish it like I did with Emily Wilde. It took me forever to get through Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. The first half of the book was so difficult to get through. I didn't even start liking the book till the last third of it, so I was a little happy that I stuck with it. But I'm not going to force myself to read something I'm not enjoying anymore, and I'm not going to keep books that I don't enjoy. So this will be going on Pango. One of the books that I didn't plan on reading for the month was The Assassin's Blade, and I actually just finished this one this morning on my lunch break. Finished this one. Like I said, I had read Throne of Glass several years ago, so I wanted to reread it all since I had only read that one. So I started with Assassin's Blade, and I finished this one in the month of June. So I may or may not pick up Throne of Glass this month. I'm not going to actually add it to my TBR for next month, but it could be one of those ones I just pop in like I did with this one. And then the last book that I had chosen to read this month was A Court of Silver Flames. I did not finish this one. I do plan on finishing it. I'm almost halfway through. Yeah, almost halfway through. like I said, the month kind of got away from me. Lots of things going on, so I just didn't have the time to finish this one. So this will be the first one for my TBR for July, is to finish this book. Before I speak about any of the other ones I plan on reading for the month of July, I wanted to kind of tell you what I'm doing for July. The American Cancer Society is doing a read every day for the month of July fundraiser on Facebook. They have it posted on there. Basically, you sign up, you commit to read a little bit every day and post your progress every day, what you've done, to try and get people to donate to your specific fundraiser. I think the goal is to try to get everyone who signs up to do it to raise $250. And first date is tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to read as much as I can in July. It's probably gonna be another busy month, but I figured as long as I'm reading a chapter a day, then I am getting something done. Also, one of the reasons I signed up to do this fundraiser is I had a death in the family. My cousin, who is 6 months younger than me, she would have been 32 last week, but earlier this month she passed away from breast cancer. Almost exactly, I think maybe May of 2013, so almost exactly 10 years ago, our grandmother had passed away from ovarian cancer. And then 5 years, almost to the month after that, our grandfather passed away. And now almost 5 years again, my cousin passed away. So our family has had to go through a lot, and for someone so young who has very young children to pass away, it hit our family pretty hard. I know other families have to go through that too, so that's why when I saw this, I was like, I'm definitely doing that in the hopes that I can help raise money for other families that maybe don't have the means to be able to stay with their family, because that's part of what the American Cancer Society does, is to help bring families together and take care of them in their family's time of needs. So that's why I'm definitely going to be reading in July. I'll link my fundraiser below if anyone wants to go to it, because from there you can go to the actual main page too and find out more information. So thanks if you go visit it. So first book for July, A Court of Silver Flames. The next book I chose, I'm actually, since like I said I need to read a lot, I'm going to try to match what I did last month and finish a half a book, choose a book, pull a book out of my jar, and then 2 other manga. That's going to be my goal for July, and I should be able to hit it if I'm reading every day. So my half a book obviously is going to be the other half of A Court of Silver Flames. The book that I am picking, instead of picking Throne of Glass, I am picking a book that has been super hyped for the past year that it's been out, and that is one that I had purchased and just received in the mail last week, and that is Fourth Wing. I have heard so much about it. Some people love it, some people think it's not that great. So I decided to read it for myself. I think it's considered a new adult. I don't think it's not YA. I think it's considered like new adult. Basically follows a girl who is training to be a dragon fighter person who didn't want to do it, but is basically being forced by her mother. There was some other stuff, but we're gonna leave it at that. You can pretty much find a review on this anywhere on YouTube. Then for the manga, is actually not boys love for once. It is straight, but it is still also explicit, rated mature, and that is Do You Like Big Girls? And I've got volumes 1 and 2. So that's going to be my manga for July. Not gonna really tell much about it. It's basically a sports team of girls. And I'm thinking that he's the manager, and I'm pretty sure he sleeps with like all of them, so there's that. And then, as I mentioned, my TBR books, to choose something from the shelf, is going to be Buried and the Bound. So that is actually the Outcrate edition. I think that was a January book that came out. So Buried in the Bound will be the other book that I tried to read. That is, I guess that's not bad, because these are both kind of like new adult books, 2 manga and then a young adult fantasy. So yeah, this will be the book that I read, and it is very pretty. So that will be my, it's so intimidating when I first look at it, since I'm not someone who can read during my lunch break too often. So TBR for July. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks.